Well, hello my beauties, I hope you're all well. Now, I've got my bullet points here, but I can see me going slightly off track with this today, because just before I was about to come on camera, something else has come to light, and I do not consent, and I will not comply. It's as simple as that, but before that, we'll get through what we're meant to be getting through. Now, I'm going to mention this, because I've covered it in the last couple of videos, and that's the clapping for the NHS. Now, someone on Facebook's decided that it's going to be a good idea to actually name and shame someone for not doing it. Now, last time I checked, we didn't live in a communist state. I don't even know if I said that bit properly. That's because I don't want to be in one of them states, so me having to say it properly doesn't really matter. But I want you to name and shame this. I actually respect that woman for not doing the same as everyone else. Because, like I said, it's not social distancing. Standing 6 inches apart from each other, clapping for the NHS, is not social distancing. So I don't blame her for not following suit. I really don't. And I support her in what she chose to do. So if you want to name and shame, go ahead and name and shame me for that comment. Let's put it another way. If we ain't allowed to get out as much as needed to get our vitamin D, but then when the sun starts going down, we're allowed to go out and we can stand together and cheer for the NHS. I'm sorry, but whoever it was, whoever they named and shamed, if you see this video, please contact me. I think we can have a little chat, because I'm completely and utterly on your side with this one. My driver's side challenge might not have actually lifted off, and I was the only one doing it for God knows how many days. But at least it was done in isolation. It was done away from other people, because apparently it's high risk. Being stood too close to someone could give you this virus that everyone's going on about, and we should all behave. But then they're all going and standing next to each other and clapping for the NHS. Really? Stupidity on a whole new level. And I'm not on about the people that go out clapping for the NHS, because I've got respect for people within the NHS. There's certain parts of the NHS that need sorting out. But regarding what the NHS do, I respect that. It's the job they chose to do, and a lot of them do it very, very well. But the hypocrisy in you not being able to step foot out of your house and be around people, but then you can once a week for this, don't wear with me. Sorry guys, but it doesn't. Anyway, I can't believe that we've actually turned into a society of grasses, to be fair. Never thought I'd say that, but yeah. And as for the person who started the name and shame, I've got one thing to say to you. Shame on you. You obviously want that communist state, don't you, idiot? Now, on to the next subject. St. George's Day. Supposed to be somewhere where we can celebrate patron saint of England, but not on Facebook. If you're a person of the religion of peace, you can advertise that you want to kill infidels, and it doesn't go against community standards. But proud to be English, it's not allowed. It goes against community standards. Now, coming up here in just a second, will be just a few of the people that have been banned or had certain parts of the Facebook banned from doing certain things. For sharing, and I'll put that up as well, a Happy St. George's Day post with the St. George's flag and the St. Edmund flag next to each other, saying proud to be English. They was took off because it goes against Facebook's community standards. Wow. Just wow. Now, St. George is the patron saint of England. He wasn't actually English, and no one can actually prove that he actually visited the UK at all. He died on the 23rd of April 303 AD and was a guard for the Roman Emperor and was classed as a martyr after he decided that he wasn't going to leave his Christian faith, and because he refused that, he was beheaded by, I believe it was he was beheaded in Palestine, but he refused to make a sacrifice in honour for the pagan gods, and that's why he was beheaded. But, like I said, he's the one that we celebrate on the 23rd of April, and apparently, as we're supposed to be right-wingers, we're supposed to be racist with it, but our patron saint of England, according to history books, they can't even tell you if he visited the UK. Gets the brain ticking a bit, doesn't it, really? His name actually came known in the early 18th century, and because of his bravery for his faith, became the patron saint of England. The other flag, though, and this one, I'm sorry guys, would make more sense if we were celebrating this one, and I am going to get to that in a minute, is the flag of St Edmund, or Edmund the Martyr. They normally get called martyr if they've died for the faith. So, like St George, he's classed as St George the Martyr. He was born in Germany, and he was known, and the irony of this at the minute is brilliant, the patron saint of pandemics as well as kings. He's got churches up and down the country in his memory, and he was born Christmas Day in 841 AD. He succeeded the throne of East Anglia, so he was in England by this time. At 856 AD, brought up as a Christian and fought alongside King Alfred of Wessex against the pagan Viking and Norse invaders until they was defeated and Edmund was captured by the Vikings. Yes, I had to do a bit of homework on this before I come on. He was offered to renounce his faith and share power with the pagan Vikings, but he refused it. Then he was shot with arrows and beheaded on the 20th of November 869 AD and was buried in St Edmunds, hence why it's Bury St Edmunds. Learn something new every day, because even that was something that I'd learned today, if you get what I mean. Anyway, so I believe that St Edmund should actually be our patron saint of England. That's my opinion. And it should be on the 20th of November. So I will be flying the flag with the white dragon on the 20th of November. And I will be putting stuff on Facebook, proud to be English, for St Edmund. See how many of them posts get taken down for being against community standards, shall we? Why are we being told we're racist for being proud of being English and being removed from social media, but the religion of peace can put things like death to all white people or death to infidels, and it doesn't go against the community standards? It's the same thing with people that have got paedophile sites on Facebook. You report them and it doesn't go against the community standards, but if you're just normal, white, English, you seem to be very offensive to everyone else. And we're meant to be the racist ones. Come on, guys. Really? Do you know what? I wish I'd realised just how bad it was on St George's Day, because I would have kicked a right fuss up. Ban as many of my posts as you want. I'm proud to be white. I'm proud to be English. It's just a shame I can't say I could be as proud of my country as I should be at the minute because of the way people are getting treated. Now, it's been a couple of times I've done a video and I've gone for the good of diversity and I've gone, oops, I mean, for the good of your health, well, no, that's no longer happening. This is now for the good of diversity. One of the most in fact, it was the most popular Patriot pub in London is shut down for good. They're saying that pubs will be the last to open, but cafes can open. So you can sit in a cafe and have a meal with a load of people, but you can't sit in a pub. Now, this is what doesn't make sense, because a lot of pubs sell meals. So why are they stopping the pubs from opening until last? Is that because they don't want them to open, and already there's massive Witherspoon pubs closing for good? For the sake of diversity. It's nothing to do with this virus. This has been blown all out of proportion. I'm not a denier that there's something going on, and there is something going on. Flu might have took a year off. I wonder how long they had to apply for that for holiday pay. Anyway, so yeah, we've lost the Patriots pub in London. There's going to be many more pubs that never get a chance to reopen their doors. But they're going to be the last to open, even though cafes and restaurants and stuff like that will be able to open. Seen straight through that one. That is nothing to do with stopping people getting the virus. That is for the good of diversity, isn't it? Nothing else. We need to stand for our rights and stop this transition from freedom to Sharia. Because, like I said, people wearing them blinkers, I suggest you remove them pretty quick before you have to start walking around with your face constantly covered. Not because of a mask, because of a virus, because you are half of what a man is under Sharia. Or you can't go out after a certain time. Or if you're seen wearing something like this that's not covered, they put you down as, well, you deserve what you get. This is why they're getting away with raping young children, because apparently they're English slags. Well, I'm not having it no more. No. This is our country. We've got our traditions, and we've got rights. Why are we not standing up for these rights? But we'll get to that one, like I said, in a minute. We've been tricked and lied to. Numbers are wrong. It works out as something stupid like not, and I could be slightly off with this number, but it's 0.023, something like that, percent of people that are dying. They still haven't. This is where they're scaremongering you. Because if they did this every year with the flu, people would start staying in during flu season, because they wouldn't want people they care about to die. Now, I'm not saying this virus is the flu. What I'm trying to say is, because you haven't got that list of people that die every year from the flu, they're making it look worse than it is by saying this many people have died and this many people have died. You compare it to year after year during flu season. We've still lost more during flu season than we have with this so-called virus. We are being lied to. Why have they said to Dyson that they no longer need the ventilators if there was that much of a pandemic going on? It doesn't make sense. People need to wake up, and they need to wake up quickly, because we are slowly having every single right removed right under our noses without us knowing. We need to wake up. They're making the numbers up. They're using scare tactics. And this is where I'm going to get to my bit that I'm going to finish with, because I've got through that pretty quick, to be fair. And that is because I'm quite angry with what I've seen, and I'm going to ask you to follow Police Abusing Powers on YouTube, because he's just brought this to light. So I'm going to cover it very swiftly, and I'll put the link in the comments below, so you've got every chance of finding the video without having to search yourself. Again, anything I ever say, don't forget, research it yourself if you don't believe me. The only way you will open your eyes, or for them that have already got their eyes open, we know that we work where you have to research things yourself. Now, what's just come to my attention is they have now amended the COVID-19. That might get me fucking, mind you, I'm not bothered anyway. I don't do this for money. I do this to try and get people to see what's happening. This virus, or as Daisy Cousins says, absolutely fantastic she is. The beverage bug, absolutely fantastic. Or the Wuhan cough, or the Chinese virus, whichever you want to call it. They've amended the police powers. Bearing in mind, they've just brought to light that vitamin D, and it's been solid sunshine now for 4 days, can help reduce you getting the virus because it kills the virus. They've now amended it now, so not only can you not go out apart from your exercise and your shopping, they've now amended it so you can't sit in your garden. Take that in, folks. And like I said, I'll put the link below for the video with PAP, Police Abusing Powers, and it actually goes through the whole thing with you, shows you the proof. There, in black and white, they're saying you can't go in your garden now to get sun. Guess what? That one's for you guys, because I ain't complying to that. I've got a garden, it's part of my property. If I want to sit in my garden and chill, I'm going to sit, well, I call it a garden, it's more like a yard, but it's still a little area where I could put a chair if I wanted to. You cannot stop people from sitting in their gardens or having barbecues. Social distancing was key, not keep us as prisoners in our own house. Anyway, guys, like I said, the information will be in the comments below. I'm Super Grand Grotbags. This has been the Pink Windmill Foot Soldiers News. And hopefully I'll get another one in this weekend. But if not, I will see you all next weekend. I hope you're all well. Take care and look after each other. Bye for now.